And we're back for another Money Monday at Parx. 9 fast races. Well, after the hiatus, the cards have shortened up a little bit from last week, Terry. So hopefully it makes our job a little bit easier, although we did end last week, Thursday at Saratoga with a pretty good day. Your best bet didn't win, but your suggested bet did come home and more than doubled people's money, if I recall correctly. And, of course, early on we had that double. So hopefully we can continue that again today. We do continue always free picks over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Today's track du jour is Louisiana Downs. Fast and furious in LA Downs as well. Make sure you check that out. There's a link in the description below. Good morning, Don Johnson. How are you? Good to see you again on this Money Monday. As always, when the show is over, right there at horseracingtoday.net. There's a link in the description. Go over there. You'll get our picks, as well as our Benny in the Bets suggestions. And then while you're there, hit that HRT gear button. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today t-shirt or hat to support the show. Or in the description on YouTube, there is a link to a tip jar. You can support the show that way as well. All right, Terry, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, very good weekend.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully a very good Monday. We'll get it started with the opener. And what does the opener's condition book tell us?
All right, so in this race, we're going to 1 mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yes, indeed. And to get that second win at 1 mile and 70 yards, and there's quite a few of them at 1 mile and 70 yards as well, 6 furlongs today. So we get a good taste of all of them. Early speed does well, 30% of the time. In fact, it goes wire to wire. There is a little bit of a rail bonus for Coach Knight. One of a kind for sure. 2 and out. They almost play fair. A little bit discounted, but not by a lot. Terry, we do 1,000 simulations for a whole lot of different data. And then we also have what we call our smart sheets here. There is a link in the description to YouTube for our smart sheets, as well as an explanation on how to use them. But pretty simple and straightforward. And who's going to get the lead?
Well, you can see here that the 4 has the most speed, but the 2 is pretty close. So I think they may go head-to-head to that quarter pole.
Yes, indeed. If we look at the race shape, most of these horses want to be middle forward. E's, they want to be the pilots. EPs can pilot or co-pilot. P's are co-pilots. PCs are your flight attendants. They can really be anywhere on the plane. And the 6th horse there is the lone closer. Sits in coach, tries to sneak up the first class. NCs have not been within 5 lengths, so they're on standby. They haven't got on the plate. And, of course, you got your first-time starters here. Based upon our review, Terry, looking at this, we do comfort zone where we match early pace right here with the horse's best performances to see how likely today's race will match their top efforts, i.e. comfort zone, and which horses are likely to put in a good effort today.
Well, Addison's Dream, the 2, has a 92% chance today, which is really good. And then followed up by that 5, Prairie Dunes, with a 77.6% chance.
And then, of course, jockeys and trainers always play a role at Parx. So who are the top duos there?
Well, right, as you can see, the 6 has the best jockey, best trainer, according to the data. So I think it's the best combination.
Yes, indeed. And we also see the 5 horse last time out. Top last race speed figure, a handful of points better than the next closest horse. Again, that's Andrew Beyer says when you see that, good chance that horse will win. And Andrew should know he's the godfather of the speed figure. 5 also has the biggest in-race advantage, 12 points late pace. Every 5 points equals roughly 1 length, so about 2.5 lengths late speed. And then a top total pace. So if you add early pace and late pace, should win by a length, Terry. What do you say the opener looks like?
Well, I like the 5, Prairie Dunes. Struggled in the mud last out, but returns to a preferred distance and track. Trained by a high percentage winning trainer and gets jockey Paco Lopez. Number 1, Coach Knight in the money half the time at Parx Racing, winning 20% of the races, and strong at today's distance with 40% of the wins. And then the 3, Wild Captain trainer, wins 25% on second start with this trainer, and may improve switching back to dirt. Addison's Dream, the 2, 5 top 3 finishes in the last 6. 1 win, and its early speed running style will help his chances.
I'm going to go with the 5 horse, Prairie Dunes. Does have that top last race speed figure, 5 points better than everybody else. That big race, in-race edge with the late speed, top total pace. Paco only accentuates all of that. Coach Knight, that one again, if he doesn't win, he'll throw a chair across the track there, but should be forward. Last time out, had a wide trip, so moving to the inside today could help get better around the track. Number 2, Addison's Dream is the only yes horse. That's a data point we didn't talk about. So the only one that so far has been able to hit the par speed figure of 81 for this level. So let's see if he can do it again. So you got to have him, particularly with a high C-zone horse. And then finally, Wild Captain up the speed figure in the last 3 races. And according to Barry Meadows in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper, that's what I call a 15% or alpha angle. Got to keep an eye on those as well. Please hit that subscribe button. Indeed, we appreciate that. Great advice from our good friend Don Johnson. And our friend Private Ross is letting us know that he likes the one horse in race number 2, or number 1 and 2. And then in race number 2, he likes the 1 and 4. So we haven't gotten to race number 2 yet. We'll make our move to race number 2 right about now, Mr. Terry.
All right. So in this race here, we're going to go to 6 furlongs, a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won 2 races since February 25th.
Yes, again, at 6 furlongs today. We'll have plenty of those, plenty at $1.70. So keep an eye out on the bias today. A lot of times what we see in the first couple races, we see the whole day. So if speed wins, then speed will hold on. If closers win, closers will hold on. Overall, early speed has been the best way, with 36% of the horses getting the first call and getting the final call. The inside 3 have an edge over everybody else, Terry. 4 and out, they do have a similar discount. So in race number 2, if we have some horses on the inside with some speed, which is what we have, that might be all the more you have to look.
That's right, that 1 and that 2, but the 1 has the most speed. So I think if the 1 gets a good break, it's going to get that quarter pole first.
Yeah, I think the 1 has a good shot to get to that lead there. And interestingly, Terry, the race shape, nobody really needs the lead. So the 1 and the 2 would be what we would call fast left arrow horses. Pardon me. I'm checking into TVG and getting asked all kinds of questions about FanDuel TV, which I'm not happy with, because they had an opening for a role just like we're doing here. They didn't even call to say hello or thank you, despite me asking if I can indeed have that position. But anyway, so be it. The 5-horse, Terry, looks like that's the one that's going to really like the way this race sets up.
Yeah, 94.34% on the C zones. That's a very good C zone, so it should be very comfortable in this race.
Yeah, he should be, he got a good chance to sit behind the speed and right in front of the closer. So if he can get a good race, Terry. But it looks like if you're looking for the jockey that's going to give it the big race, it's not that 5-horse. It's not that 1-horse. It's another.
It's the 2-horse. It's got the best jockey, and the 5 has the best trainer, but I think the 2 has the best jockey trainer combination.
We see again a horse with a really big in-race advantage. That's the 6, Modern Midas. That guy has a 13-point late speed figure. Only 5 horses in this race, Terry. So our good friend Stephen Felder, who was on the show and told us how to win horse racing handicapping contest, says you take the longest shot on the board. Well, according to our simulation odds, that might be the 2. Who do you think merits the top choice here?
Well, I like 5. Rob the Rich was second last out as a favorite, has a 31% winning trainer who brings beaten favorites back, owns to top speed figure, and then post is the best speed in the field. And then number 1, Thirsty Papa, Rel wins 20% of the time, shows early speed running style, and returns to a sprint with expect improvement. And then the 4 is took third against similar last time and handles the distance. Modern Midas, the 6, drops in class, has a dirt speed near the average winning mark. And so I'm going to play the very first Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4. I'm going to use a 1-4-5-6 with a 1-2-4-5 with the 3-5, finish up with the 1-3-6, $48 ticket.
Real quick, I should go back. I did use some of my money for a pick 3, 1-2-5, 1-5-6 with a 1, $3. All right, so race number 2, because they're loading for race number 1. I like the 5-horse, Rob the Rich, top C-zone, better across the board. Jamie Ness horse, Thirsty Pappy, only class dropper. Another horse whose internals were better across the board. And then you got 6, Midas, Modern Midas, biggest in-race edge, as we spoke about. And then Pentulant Delight, highly consistent, did show better fractions last out. The only horse that did do that. So we'll keep an eye out on that as well. All right, Terry, race number 1 about to get cooking for a whole new week for us. Looks like they have a different camera or something there. Or they've gone to like 4K Ultra D or something because the picture looks a lot sharper at Parx today than usual. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yes, the 4-horse has darted out to the lead, Terry, with the 2-horse to its inside. How do you like that? The 1-horse didn't get the break it was looking for. So our projection for who would likely to be out on the lead is actually out on the lead right in there, Terry, in race number 1. It looks like the 5-horse is running in third behind the 2 front runners in there. And then you have the 6 was a long shot in there, running in fourth. They ran an opening quarter for 23.4 seconds for 1 mile and 70 yards in the opener. That might prove to be a little bit on the fast side, so it could open the door for horses that want to come from off of the pace. They're making their way down the backside, heading towards home in the turn. And a lot of horses kind of pushing up right now, so curious to see which horses really take the initiative to try to go all the way. I would say the 2-horse. His day is done as he is backing out of the race. So no winning circle for Addison's Dream. 6-horse might be a long shot with a chance, but right now this race looks like it's going to be between the 1 and the 5. As the 6-horse is kind of tailing off. The 5-horse is trying to do something difficult against split horses, which might prove to be difficult, but nonetheless, they're through the turn. The 4-horse has to go the widest. You know, Paco is going to do his best to herd that 1 and make it difficult for him, although the 1 is getting some space on the outside. The 4 is not giving up in El Dollar. He's going to make sure that whoever wins this race actually has to earn this race. If the 4 is showing some signs of life, it is going to be the 1-horse, Terry. It's going to go 1, 4, and 5 in the opening leg. The 1-horse, Coach Knight, going off, unfortunately, as the 4-5 favorite, but you know, winner is a winner when you have a bet on the table, right?
That's right.
I always say that a winning ticket, no matter what it is better than crumpling it up. And that's not a winning ticket yet, so we got 2 more to go, then throwing it in the garbage. Race 3 is our next stop. Terry, take it away.
Okay, so you can see we're going to go at 6 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, a purse of $18,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since February 25th.
You like the 1 here, so look out. I know that you're scared off Private Rice, Ross. When I like the 1s, should we also run for cover when you like the 1s? 6 furlongs, much like race number 2, is going to favor early speed a whole bunch, 36%. Jerome Bettis, probably the best, 36 out of Pennsylvania. And that gets an inside bias, indeed. 4 and out, a similar discount. Terry, again, we're looking for a little bit of inside speed in race number 3. Speed did kind of hold its way in race number 1. And if you're looking for speed again, where are you going to find it?
Well, you're going to take a look there. The 4 has the most, but you know what? The 6 and the 1 are pretty close. I think it's kind of a who knows race on who gets to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, indeed. And when we look at the par for this race, we've spoken about, you know, horses that have a speed figure of 81, proving they can do it. All of them in this race, except for Shanghai Superfly, have gotten that done, Terry. We do have a big favorite in the 1-horse, but are there any other horses that might offer some betting value?
Yeah, take a look at the 5 would be 6 to 1 to 8 to 1, and then that 6 has a nice one from 7 to 2 to 8 to 1.
Another thing, too, to look at perhaps at times is horses that are dropping class. The 1 taking the biggest dip here, no question about that. Race shape is balanced, 2 on the front, 1 in the middle, 2 in the back. So getting a good trip could be the key to the winner's circle. And Terry, along with that heavy favorite status, the 1 looks like he's the heavy favorite to also get a good trip.
Yeah, it has a really good C-zone number of 93.98%. So,
indeed. And our Par Plus, when we do 1,000 simulations, so he's got a good chance to hit that 81 speed figure again. It's not off the charts, but still pretty positive. The only horse to show 2 levels improvement and better fractions last out. Top last race speed figure, 4 points better than anybody else. Also tops our top total pace here, Terry. Is there any way that our friend Private Ross is wrong?
I don't think so, because I'm going with the 1 Eagle Man. Runner up against Tougher last out, owns the highest speed figure at today's distance, fastest start speed, and switches to a top jockey and trainer. And then the 2 is my second choice, placed second versus Stronger. Competition is proven at today's distance. Then I like the 5, performs well at Parx 53% of the time in the money with 20% of the wins and likes the distance. Number 4, Chip's Friends, my long shot, performs well at Parx of the 54% in the money with 15% wins and excels at the distance with 75% of the money, 25% of the wins. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, Eagle Man, top last race speed figure, only horse with better early pace, better fractions, biggest class dropper, top C zone by far. My only concern is this Tom horse, low odds, second place. Boy, we see that way too many times at Parx. Chip's Friend, the 4 horse, could be forward. Decent workout between races. It's the other horse that's dropping in class. Harley's Charlie might improve in his 3rd start after a layoff, but the resume is mixed on that. And then finally, 6 Whips. There's a joke in there somewhere, Terry, but there's a signs of life in its last race. It showed some improvement, and it is our second best par plus versus most that really don't show they'll hit par again. No additional bets for me as we make our way to race number 4, where we might find some value as well, Terry, and we go back to a route.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to stretch back out to 1 mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yeah, at $170, like we saw in the opener, horses that got middle forward kind of stayed there all the way around the track. So that's really kind of been the bias at Parx. So I'd expect that to hold all day on a fast, sunny, beautiful day. Early speed does win 30% of the time. It wins on the lead. There is a rail bonus, 2 and out. They're almost fair, but a little bit of a discount. But you really no deal makers or deal breakers post position wise. Speed could be key, Terry, in the 4th race. And do we have any standout speed horses?
Not really. As you can see there, all of them have some kind of speed, but the 3, 5, and 2 are pretty close to one another, especially the 3 and the 5. So it's a who knows race.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here, Terry, a couple of interesting things. 5 horse wants to be on the front. The 3 horse might. That's a left arrow horse, as well as the 2. So that means they're horses that usually want to be middle back. But with today's pace, they're just regular running style, move them more forward. But if you're looking for a horse that's going to get a trip, Terry, that fits its running style best, again, it looks like there's one that stands above the rest.
Yep, that 4 has an 88.98% chance. It's a C zone. That's a very good C zone, but there's a couple others that are a little bit above 50%, which is the 2 and the 3.
Yes, and the 4 horse, your only class dropper in here as well, Terry. 2 horses, the only horse that showed improvement early and better fractions in its last. So far, nobody has hit par, and only one has shown it could do it. That one also has a top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. The one with the biggest race advantage with a length late speed. Top 4 horses in our total pace usually produces the winner about 7 out of 10 times, Terry. I'd say your picks probably produced the winner, similar rates, or your picks to win.
All right. Well, 3 is my first choice. Dr. Lou won last race, drops in class, trained by a high percentage winning trainer. I Can Do Magic, the 5, third against tougher company last time, drops in class today. Trainer wins 25% of the races, first race off of a claim. The 4, my third choice in the money, 3 of 4 of the last 4 starts with 1 win and drops in class. Bad Bobby, the 2 is my long shot, drops in class today, has top speed at today's distance, fastest start speed among today's starters. And I'm going to play the second pick for Miami Vice Don Johnson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the 1, 6, with the 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, with the 1, 5, a $50 play.
Yeah, I have the 3, 2, Dr. Lou. That one, it gets the top call for me with that top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. With the simulation favorite status, it's the only par plus horse. 3rd start after a layoff. With a workout between races, man, every reason to think Dr. Lou lives up to those 2-to-1 odds. Bija, again, it's the only class dropper in the field, and the horse with a strong top par plus. Or did I get that confused with the 3? Yeah, he didn't have a tie. He does not have a par plus. So I meant to say C zone there. Sometimes when I type the wrong data points. But hey, it does have the top C zone as we saw right in there. Number 5, I Can Do Magic. That one could be the lone E in here, Terry. Has a chance to be on the front and does have its best published workout between races. And then finally, number 1, Mick Crigan does have that big 1 length late speed edge over the rest of the field. That is the biggest in-race edge. For me, I'm going to do a 50-cent pick 4, 3-4, the 1-2-6 with the 1-4-5-6-7 with the 1-5 and 6. That's $45. Race 5 is the linchpin race of the card, Terry. It connects the first 4 races to the back 4 races. It's not a race of death, however, so that's a positive. What are they running for in the 5th?
6 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since February 25th.
Yes, and I must say that I do appreciate Don Johnson. I do appreciate Private Ross and Jose stopping by to say hi in the comment section. Wherever you are in the world, say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button if you're watching on X. Retweet our content so other folks that are looking for horse racing picks could find Terry and I. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button and share. I would recommend that no matter which one you're watching on, go to the other one and subscribe, because sometimes, these platforms crash. And when they do, you don't want to miss, because if you miss the show, you're not watching, you're not winning. 6 furlongs if you want to win, Terry. You're looking for horses again, early speed. This is the theme at Parx pretty regularly. Inside horses have the edge over outside horses. Any inside speed to note in the 5th?
Yeah, look at Full Irish. Got a really good data points there, 41.49%, which is a really should get out of that gate and get to that quarter pole first.
If you look at this race shape, Terry, everybody wants to be middle forward. The 2 horse is the lone closer. The 1 horse being a lone EP, though, is a very dangerous spot to be in. So those 2 Sesame Street horses that are unlike others, they're ones to really keep an eye out on, Terry. This is a case where just about everybody's going to get a race that they want, except for maybe the closer.
That's right. The 2 and the 3 are pretty low. All the others are above 50%. And that's the threshold we like to see above for C zones.
Yeah, although the 2 is not going to get maybe a good trip, sure looks like he's going to get a good jockey trainer combo.
Yep, he has the best one, as you can see there by the data.
A couple of horses showing some improvement. A few class droppers in here. There are 2, 3, 1, 6. Top 4 total pace horses. And again, one of the things I like to look for when I'm looking at the pace sheets is the big gaps. You see there's a huge gap between the 6 and the 5. Maybe you can cross out the 4 and 5 and then just pick from these 4. Who did you pick from?
I like the 6 Enforcer, drops in class, tied for fastest dirt speed today, and is trained and ridden by a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then the number 1 Full Irish also drops in class, has the relative advantage, which wins at 20% rate. Top speed to today's distance and shares the fastest dirt speed. Remarkable Mo, the 3 drops in class today and has the highest last speed rating. Cobble Road, the 2, finished in the money in 2 of the last 3 starts and drops in class. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, the 6 horse Enforcer, Terry, that one does have a biggest class drop in the field. Only horse that showed better early pace and better fractions. Cobble Road, the 2 horse, gets a weight break today. The other class dropper, another that ran faster last out. The 1 horse Full Irish is your simulation favorite. Good chance to be on the lead in the most back class. And then Remarkable Mo does have as much back class as anybody in this field, Terry, and been pretty consistent of late. So I wonder if there's a high floor, low ceiling, and to get the W might need a little extra pop. I'm going to do a $5 double, 1, 2, 6 with the 1, and then an $8 ice cold pick 3, 6, 1, and 5. Ice cold. Those are always the best ones to go, Terry. 4 races to go today, so that means we'll get into the late pick 4 right here, Terry. And how is the late pick 4 going to get started?
Well, we're going to go to, 6 furlongs, a maiden race. It's a $50,000 purse for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, indeed. And for maiden races, Terry, at 6 furlongs, or any race at 6 furlongs, it's a refrain like a popular song: early speed, inside 3. That's the way to the winner's circle I can see. And I just made that up on the spot. So everybody's probably booing and throwing eggs and tomatoes at the moment, but hey, that's okay. So if you're looking for some inside speed, notwithstanding the first time starter, and we'll talk about that in a minute, Terry, who's got the speed here? And it certainly ain't on the inside.
Well, it's the 7. It's the outside horse, and it's got a lot of speed compared to everybody else. So unless it stumbles or doesn't feel like running, it should break a gate like a shot and go to the front.
Yeah, indeed. And it is a lone E type, so it wants to be on the front. The C zone says it will be out on the front. Everybody else middle back with the 3 and the 4. So far, not finishing within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. And the 5 horse, your first time starter, the only firstie on the card today. When we're looking at these horses looking for their first race, I love to look at the par races to see who has or who has not come close to hitting par. 84 is the number. So far, nobody has hit par. The closest is within 3 points. That would be the 1 and the 6. That means you have to look at the first-time starter, Terry, especially if it has a score of 2.5 or more and a back bullet workout. Doesn't look like he's got the best trainer, but he does have a pretty good jockey. Who do you think is the best combination there?
Well, I think in this race, the best combination is that 7 horse has the best trainer jockey combination. So there you go.
Yes, of the experienced horses, Captain Fancy, the rail horse, top last race speed figure, 3 points better, does have the simulation odds status, is your late pace hero. Also tops our top 4 in total pace. Terry, who takes home their first W today at Parx?
Well, in this race here, I like Beyond Expectations, the 1 or 7. Runner up, last out, trained by 23%. Jockey wins 23% of the stakes. And then strong early speed. Number 1, Fancy, Captain Fancy drops tongue-tied there. Top last speed rating, 20% win rate for the rail. Fastest speed today and has a high percentage winning trainer. Mr. Punctuality, the 4 trainer wins 20% of the dirt races he has a horse in, and then proven at this distance. And then number 6, Cool Million. Third was on last time, matches fastest dirt speed today. He's actually tied with the 1. And so I'm going to play the last Miami Vice pick 4. I'm going to use the 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 with the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the 1, 4 with the 2, 8, a $50 play.
Yeah, I'm going to do the one horse, Captain Fancy, at the top of my ticket. Captain Fancy does have that top last race speed figure, is our simulation favorite, is our top par plus with better early pace last out. Craig Milkowski in the show from Timeform US said, hey, when they researched their data, they found horses that improved early. Next time out were horses that you wanted to circle. Beyond Expectations, that 7 horse could be the lone E in the second start after a layoff. Has a pretty quick 3 furlong workout, so they intend to send that horse to the front once again today. It is a pace setter, the lone E and top C zone. That combination is lethal. Number 5, Penn Franklin. As we pointed out, nobody in this race has hit par, just a couple of maybes in there, and those are maybes by about a half length necessary of improvement. Does have that back bullet workout. Parx, 4 furlongs, 47 and 2, which is pretty quick for Parx. And then Cool Million, classic third start after a layoff, does have a bullet workout between races. My pick 4 looks like this, Terry. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 5, 6, 1, 4, 2, 7, 8. $45 as well. 50-cent trifecta box, 1, 5, 6, 7. This might be one of the few races where you get some good, nice odds. And then a $5 double, 1 with the 1, 5, and 6 for race number 7, which I believe, Terry, no, I'm incorrect. It's the next race, I suppose. So race number 7, what are the conditions? This is the this is the Sesame Street race today. It's unlike any other.
It's 7 furlongs, optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price. Purse $26,000 for fillies and mare serials and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, and which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $16,000, or which have never won 2 races.
Even though it's the only race at 7 furlongs, sandwiched between a bunch of $170s and 6 furlongers, the story remains the same, Terry. Early speed, in fact, more. It's 38% win on the front. There's a real bonus for breeze through time. That's definitely what life feels like. But 2 and 3 are the best post positions. 4 and out get discounted, but the closer you are to the rail, the better. So once again, in race number 7, do our simulation stats give us a sense of somebody that's on the inside that can get the lead?
That's not going to happen, although the 1 does have some pretty good speed, but the 5 has a little bit more. If the 5 has any problem getting out of the gate, the 1 should go to the front.
Yes, and interestingly, the 1 is a closer by its pace view. That's how it runs its best. So left arrow horse action today. You got the 6 horse being the lone P in between front runners and closers. Those lone runners can be exceptionally dangerous, particularly if they get a strong C-zone, Terry. That's not the case here for the 6, but many do look like they're going to get a race today that fits.
Yeah, this 5 has the best C-zone, followed up by the 4 and then the 3. They're all going to be very comfortable in the race. And the 1's not too far away from that 50% threshold.
No, the 1's also the only yes horse in the race, Terry. And he's also a dark green over here.
That's right. He has the best jockey trainer combination.
He's dropping in class along with the 4. Everybody else moving up a touch in class. 5 horse. That one does have the last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. The 6 is your simulation favorite. The 5 does have a top total pace of about 1.5 lengths better than everybody else. Another horse race, Terry, where there's 5 horses in the field. The longest shot on the board could be the 3. Did you start there?
I start with the 1, Breeze Through Time. Through Time. Runner up in her lone Parx Race. Trained by 20% dirt winner, and now has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the 5 has been in the money 3 of 4 career races, 1 win. Trainer has a 25% win rate when switching from turf to dirt. Judy's Flyer, the 6, is my third choice, ships in from Churchill Downs, ridden by a top jockey and posted a strong August 16th workout. And then the 3, You Know Me, my long shot, finished third versus similar in her last race, and her early speed running style helps her chances. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to go with the 5. Bye Bye Jealous Eye. That one, Terry, up to speed figure in the last 3 races. And again, Barry Meadows in his book. Again, if you're a data geek, Barry Meadows' book, there's none better. The Skeptical Handicapper. Top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. That's Andrew Byers' Alpha Angle. Top total pace plus 7 points. That's our Alpha Angle. The pace setter with the best C-zone. That's our Alpha Angle too, Terry. What the hell? Breeze Through Time is the only yes horse. It is a class dropper. Repeat, it's only Parx Race, and she's probably the winner. Number 6, Judy's Flyer. It is a track dropper. Does have its best workouts since arriving to Bensalem, Pennsylvania. So maybe a hidden horse for the course, at least until this afternoon. And come on, man. You know me. That's the 3rd and 4th pick. Better pace from the middle of the race to the finish line last out. And this horse is getting better from race to race to race, so we might see a top effort today. I'm going to do a $5 double, 5 over the 1 and 5, which is going to bring us to race number 8. And I'm thoroughly convinced that this one's going to be your best bet, Terry. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. It might be the only thing I get right all day, but tell us about what your best bet will be running for.
Well, it's a mile and 70 yards, optional claiming race, $20,000 claiming price, purse $30,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $10,000 or less since August 25th, 2023, or a claiming price of $20,000.
And guess what? Speed on the inside wins, Terry. It's another 5-horse field, so you can go with speed on the inside or take the longest shot on the board. All right, Terry, anybody with speed on the inside, and who do our simulation odds project will be the longest shot on the board?
Well, this is really anyone's guess because you can see there that they all have a lot of speed and a lot of them are very close to each other. So,
well, there's more than 5 horses in this race. I think the 7 scratched out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there are only 5 horses in this, and that would be the 6 horse, probably that long shot in there. So indeed, it does look like with the 7 out, the 1's going to be the pace setter in there. Terry also tops our top total pace list. Top last race speed figure, 5 points better than everybody else. With that early speed, another left arrow horse, although all of these horses have some versatility between EP and PC types. Again, jockey trainers and comfort zone might be the best places to look. So tell us what you see there.
Well, the best jockey is the 5 and the best trainer is the 1, but I think the best combination is the 1. Mm-hmm. And then as far as the C zones, if you can take a look there, all but the 7 that's been scratched, or at least 3 of those are way above the 50% threshold, should be very comfortable in there, the 1, 3, and the 5.
Everybody moving up a little bit in class there, Terry. Pick out that 7. Again, we should have the winner in a 5-horse race with 4 of them at the top. The 1 tops the top last race speed figure. It tops the simulation odds, tops the early pace, Terry. Second in late pace, tops the total pace. Does it top your ticket as a best bet in race number 8?
Well, I like the 1. Mo's perfect. excels at Parx Racing with 100% of the money finishes, 50% wins, and reliable at this distance today, and then paired with the top trainer and jockey. Then I feel lucky tonight, the 4, placed in all of the last 5 starts with 1 win and has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 5, Group Ticket. He's been in the money 4 of the last 5 starts, including 3 wins, plus has a top trainer and jockey. And then the 3 is my long shot, ran second in his last race and has a leading trainer and jockey. I'm going to play $10 to win on the 1. A $10 exacta box, 145 with a $10 exacta with the 1 on top with the 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Yes, I agree with Terry on that 1 horse. Terry, let us know what you're going for the 4th day in a row where your best bet, at least your suggested wagers, could turn a profit. Is that right?
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So if you're not watching, you're not winning, folks. And to make sure you don't miss any of Terry's best bets, what's the best thing you can do?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very easy to do. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps us out a lot. And, of course, you're going to get notified about all of our programs coming up as long as you hit that little bell. And then go down and copy that link, share it with everybody you know so that they can come and take a look at us and see what they think. I know they're going to like what they see. Go to our social sites that are scrolling down below at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Twitter at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and also give us keep giving us these comments and picks such as Private Ross, C. Sanders, and then all
our good
the
friend
other.
Don Johnson, Jose. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We appreciate enter any activity because it boosts our search engine scores. Also, we will post the timestamp every race in the description on YouTube, along again with the link to how to use the smart sheets, a link to today's smart sheets, a tip jar. Any of that interactivity helps more people find us when they search. It also helps us find when we pick some winners, Terry. I don't know if I'm jinxing you or helping you with the 1 horse. Top last race speed figure, Paco riding, simulation favorite, top total pace, left arrow. What don't you like? Group Ticket, top C-zone horse in there, Terry. Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez. Yes, indeed. I agree with Mr. Sanders that indeed that 1 and 5 looks pretty dominant in this race. I feel lucky tonight, though. If it takes that luck to the track, could be it. Better at routes than he is at sprints. Goes back to a distance where he has 5 races, 1 win, 3 very close seconds, and then transcendental. Is a track dropper. Should be better in the 2nd start after layoff. No additional bets for me as we get ready for race number 2. In fact, we're not ready for race number 2. Race number 2 is off and running. And yeah, the 1 horse is off and running away from everybody in race number 2, Terry. He's the 2 to 5 favorite. And I don't look like anybody's going to run him down, although the 1 and the 4 are certainly making an effort to do so. But guess what? It ain't happening.
No.
No, so 2 to 5 to start the pick 4. That's the greatest way you can start, Terry, I think.
It's pretty low.
Yes, indeed. All right. Final race for you and I today. Again, tomorrow we're going to do Parx. Not quite sure about Wednesday because I have some personal business I have to attend to. I thought Kentucky Downs was running on Wednesday. It doesn't. It starts on Thursday. So there may or may not be anything on Wednesday, but we will be back on Thursday. Should we do Saratoga, Terry, or do you want to do the quirky Kentucky Downs? What do you think?
I think it'd be fun to do Kentucky Downs.
Yes, we like self-torture. Okay, so it'll be Kentucky Downs on Thursday. We'll get back to our normal slate of things the following week. There will be a 4 and Friday for sure. Thomas and I will break down the entire Kentucky Downs card. For Saturday, you don't want to miss that. As Terry mentioned earlier, hit the subscribe button, follow, like, all that kind of good stuff. So when they get done in the only international track in the U.S., maybe you have a chance to find a winner. Race 9 is the final race of the day for you and me, Terry. What are we doing?
Okay, we're going to go to mile 70 yards, a claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000, and it's for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 3 races.
I have a feeling that 1 and 4 were part of your cryptic codes today, Mr. Ross. And then in race number 9, as we've mentioned, mile and 70 yards, get to the front. You got a good chance to stay there, particularly if you're on the inside. And in race number 9, Terry, do we find a bias fitter? We do not.
Yes. In race number 9 here, we can see that the 7 is got the best speed in here. So the 7 should go to that quarter pole first. Along with that, it also has one of the yeses on the par speed number, along with the 4 and the 1. And on the C zones, that 7 has a above 50%, along with the 8. The best C zone in there is that 1. So there you go.
Yes, indeed. So you got 3 yes horses, the 1, the 4, and the 7. That 1 horse, that top C zone, Terry, in a race where rarely speed should have the edge because most horses want to be middle back or not within 5 lengths of the winner in recent races. You got a couple class droppers in the 1 and the 3. Everybody else kind of holding steady. The 8 horse, though, Terry, for all those other things, that's the one with the best jockey trainer combination.
It sure is.
It's also our simulation odd favorite, although the 2 horse does have that top last race speed figure. 3 points, also your top total pace horse by a length. 2, 3, 4, 6, your top 4. Although, look at that, Terry. There's a real closeness behind that in the back. This is probably the most open race of the day. And how did you finish it off?
Well, I like the 8 Temple Ride. New to Parx Racing from Gulfstream. Gets a top trainer and jockey, Paco Lopez. And then number 2, Check It Up. Runner-up last out versus similar. Owns the highest last speed rating. And has the best dirt speed above average. And then None Need to Worry. The 4 drops in class today, has the best distance at today's speed. Best speed at today's distance. Figures, and then fastest dirt speed in the field. And then Take Me to the Moon. Early speed running style is near the average top dirt speed. Solid work on August 13th. I don't have any money left, so no bets for me here.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the 2 horse. Check It Up, baby. Check It Up is your top last race speed figure, your top total pace horse, better across the board. 3rd start after a layoff, so room for more. Number 8, Tempo Ride. That is your simulation favorite. Is a track dropper, as you mentioned, Terry. And Paco Lopez going to give that horse every chance to win today. Take Me to the Moon. Wasn't that like a top song when you were doing sock hops, Terry?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yes. It is a yes horse. That should be forward, Terry. And then finally, No Need to Worry. Most late speed and another yes horse. No additional bets for me. Here's the way the races look today. So far, the 1 horse has won the first 2 races. So what the hell? It's probably going to win every race. So just play the 1s and move on for the rest of the day. Or you can just play our second picks all the way down the card because that's the way things have started. And the trend is your friend until it's no longer a trend, as they say. Race 3, Terry, no bets. Race number 4, another pick 4. There you see what we like. Again, we'll timestamp every race in the description on YouTube so you can come back and watch. Just a few minutes over at horseracingtoday.net. We'll post all of our comments as well as our Benny and the Bets suggestions. And then race number 5, we have a little bit of a bet there as well out of me. Race number 6, another pick 4. Some more Benny and the Bets action. Race number 7, another Benny in the Bets thought. Then Terry's best bet of the day. And neither one of us thought much of race number 9, so we left that one be. All right, Terry, again, we'll be back for Parx tomorrow. Any final thoughts from you before we part company today?
Yeah, well, thanks for your time, Don Johnson's saying, and he's wondering, he's having a hard time getting to that tip jar. So I guess the way to do that, you have to go to the YouTube, to our channel, and in there, what's it called?
So if you go to YouTube, like just our channel, if you're watching right now, you'll see right here where it says, let me just click on there, boom, right? You'll see right here where it says more. Just hit that more button, bam. And when you hit that more button, you'll see right here, support the show. Right here, tip jar.
Okay, there you go.
So yeah, I'm hearing myself talk with the YouTube video there. That was like, wait a minute, am I talking or am I not talking? What's going on?
There you go, Don. Thanks for bringing that up. Anyway, have a great day. The rest of the day, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. We'll see you tomorrow for Parx. Again, also in that more button, as we just described there, is where you're going to find the free picks today for Louisiana Downs. Hit that up. Just a few minutes, as I pointed out, right there. In the middle of the screen, it'll say Parx Picks. Click on that. There will be a race replay for today. Also, a good way to support the show is hit that HRT Gear button. Show your love with the Horse Racing Today shirt or hat, like our good friend Terry is sporting today. That wraps it up for this Money Monday. No matter what you're doing for the rest of the day, we certainly hope it's filled with God's blessings, God's grace, God's favor, and everything that you do between now and the time we get back together again ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yes, make it a blessed Monday.